Everybody wants to be happy in life. We all want to measure an ideal life. We wish that great job or a successful business. We wish to be married to Mr. Right or Mrs. Perfect. We wish to own great kids. We wish to own friends that stick us come rain or shine. We wish to be ready to have all the fabric things life has got to offer and have all our problems just disappear. Everybody wishes permanently life. It's going to be at different levels. One person may define a decent life a method and another may describe it otherwise. For one person a decent life is also just having 3 meals each day and a roof over their head. For an additional it's going to be having an enormous mansion and a pair of $1 million within the bank. There are different levels and meanings to what a decent life is. But whatever your definition of it, there's perhaps one thing that you simply may have in common with many people. You may want that good life stress-free. You'd prefer to have it without having to figure so hard or struggle most for it. That's a standard human expectation. Nobody likes to battle through life. Unfortunately, that's also what is also stopping you from having that great life. The thought of all that employment, all that planning, overcoming hurdles and resistance is enough to create lots of individuals hand over before they even start. It can all seem too overwhelming, and for several it all just doesn't seem be worthwhile. Before you're even at the start the thought of all that running just scares you and tires you most mentally you only decide to not opt for it. It's just too hard. One of my favorite books is titled The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Beck. The primary sentence within the book is, life is difficult. Now, if you decide up a book and therefore the very first thing it tells you is life is difficult you'll just think is this book visiting get reassuring and inspiring after such a start? But, as Peck goes on to clarify, once you accept that life is tough, it now not becomes a problem that it's difficult. He says, once we all know that life is difficult once we truly understand and accept it, then life isn't any longer difficult. In life you may have difficulties getting anything you would like. It's very rare to urge anything in life without some extent of effort. Providing you win the lottery will you have got everything without effort, and even then you'd have had to travel out and buy the lottery ticket anyway so it's not free in any respect. Life is tough. Your boss won't always be the nicest person within the world. Your job will have challenges that you simply didn't foresee. Your workmates will sometimes be a pain. You won't always get the salary and recognition that you simply want and deserve at work. Your clients might not be the nicest people within the world. Life is tough. Your kids won't always be the perfect kids you would like them to be. Your wife or husband might not be as perfect as you thought they were after you married them. Of course I can guarantee you they're not. Your home might not be the perfect place you'd want it to be. You will not the right wife or husband that you simply once thought you were. Life is tough. Running a business isn't as easy as you thought it might be. Nobody is lining up to bring money to your business, although you're a very nice person and your business has great products to supply. I could last and on with these examples, but the underside line is that life is tough. I don't mean to mention altogether this that you simply don't deserve a clear stage. I'm not saying that you simply aren't justified in thinking that you simply deserve quite what you have gotten from life and therefore the world to the current point. I am not saying that you just aren't justified in feeling the way that you just feel. I do know you've had it tough occasionally. I do know that occasionally you are feeling that it's all very confusing and just too hard. I mean you've worked very hard. You've done all that you just possibly could in your life whether it's at work or reception. But things just don't seem to discovered additionally as you had planned or hoped. It all just seems to gone wrong and you don't know or understand how or why. But that's okay. It's normal. That's what being human is all about. That's what life is all about. Life is tough. Accept that. Once you are doing, you may feel better about your circumstances. Then you won't consider your situation as anything but what's common to each soul. Then you may consider your situation as an element of life. You may now not beat yourself up about how bad things are or how you're not doing so well in one area or another. You may realize that you just are only human. You create mistakes similar to everybody else. You're not perfect similar to everybody else. But don't stop there. Accepting that life is tough doesn't mean that you just accept every circumstance and easily associate with the flow.